How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys are still having a great and exceptional day. Today's subject matter, I'll basically just be talking about a syndrome that plagues communities, especially parts of the African American community, but not obviously not all. Um, Crabs in the barrel mentality. They call it a crabs in the barrel, crabs in the bucket. Either way, it sucks being a crab in the barrel or a crab in a bucket. All right. Now, basically, when I'm talking about crabs in the barrel, I'm basically getting in depth with the mindset of one specific thing. If your friend has a business and you never ever even lend $3 to $5 to your friend's business, then I don't really see how you could call yourself a friend to your quote unquote friend, so-called friend, or your significant other. If somebody's going to school for something, and there's no words of encouragement, and the people are your friends or your family, but they never give you any words of encouragement, I find that to be very terrible. And in a lot of families, a lot of people are like that. There's never any words of encouragement, especially when people want to think outside of the box. There's a lot of hate for no specific reason. There's a lot of negativity when you, especially given the fact that you can't. There's a meme out there that says you cannot share your dreams with everybody. And the reason why I say you can't share your dreams with everybody, because every time when you mention your dreams and there's always some negative connotation to that specific dream, then that lets you know that you should never share your dream with somebody, period. Okay, whether it's your business. So I get why I share a lot on my pages and I share a lot on social media, but I get why a lot of people don't share their goals and aspirations, hopes and dreams and things of that nature. I get it now because a lot of times people will, for the most part, just say something negative and derogatory and will do their darndest to make sure that you stay in this specific box that their life is in. And they know that you're in that same box. So with their crabs in a barrel mentality, they're going to stay in that box. They want you to stay there because why? Misery loves company. It's that old saying that it was true yesterday, it's true today, and it'll definitely be true tomorrow. Misery loves company. All right. So if you're excited about your dreams and somebody's constantly crapping on it, and it's a lot of times I don't even think people realize how negative they can really be because it always, because it's just so normal for them to be negative. Like I say, good morning, hey, how you doing? And they'll be like, what's good about it? Like that's that kind of vibe and atmosphere. Like if you have family members or friends who are like that, get away from them as soon as possible, or at least cut the amount of time that you decide you want to be around them. You know what I mean? Because in my personal opinion, it's a waste of time. It's a complete waste of time. And like I said, I get why everybody doesn't share their goals and aspirations with other people. If you want to purchase your dream home, and everybody and their mother is always, always, always saying, well, that's just too expensive. That's just too much money. You're not going to be able to do that. Get away from them, man. Like I said, negative vibes, man, it's real. And unfortunately, a lot of people love to, like I said, they love to crap on people's dreams. They look at and I'm going to use this analogy. They look at people's dreams as a toilet and they literally just want to defecate in it, unfortunately. Not trying to get too graphic, but that's just what it is. Well, I want to get this specific car. Why do you want to get that car? That's too expensive. Or why do you want to get that car? That's not expensive enough. You need to have blah 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 blah. Well, I'm just getting this because I just need something from point A to B. Well, I wouldn't do this. It's the constant negativity. When people have nothing positive to talk about, run, run, run. I say it in Spanish, correr, 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 ahora. Okay, run, run, run now. Because people like that are like leeches. They suck you all the good atmosphere, all the positive vibes out of your life. Run like you know what. Okay, just get away from them. Because life is hard enough. Let's be realistic. COVID-19 has not made life any easier for most people, especially for the millions of people who are still unemployed. You know what I mean? So the holidays are coming up. It's going to be a rough holiday season for a lot of families out here. So when somebody's trying to be positive in a sea of negativity, and that sea, the negative sharks continuously to swim around you. If you can swim away, swim away. That's my personal opinion. All right. So that's just how I look at it when it boils down to it. The sadness of the crabs in the barrel mentality. Or if you see a small family business in your community, it's another example, and you see they're just starting out. No one's saying, "Hey, spend $100 or something to that effect." If you see that they have a product that you could need or that you want, and the service is right, frequent the establish every now and then, at least once a year. I'm not saying do it every day. I'm not trying to tell people to do it with their money, but frequent the establishment every now and then. Okay, that's how you get economically on cold with one another. It's not a radical idea. All cultures do this. It's not crazy. It's not anti anything, but it's just looking out for one another. But the crabs in the barrel mentality is like, I'm not going to do that. I don't trust them. They distrust everything. Okay. They worry about everything. Okay. And then when they go to another place where the service isn't too good, but they're constantly spend their money with that specific entity. Like, it's an oxymoron. A lot of people, like, logic has just gone out of the window for a lot of people. So that's why I don't watch the news, because, like I said, the media is the fear mongers of the world, is my personal opinion. I'm just gonna call it like I said. Anything that you watch is 100% negative most of the time, and to keep you in fear to not want to explore the world, there's a problem with that situation. Okay. And the world is like, I was talking to my brother from another mother, Adrian Gonzalez, yesterday about, the world has changed so much that most people don't even realize where we're at and where we're going, not just, as a country, but just economically. The world has changed so freaking much, and the world is expanding with COVID or without COVID-19, and people aren't getting that because they're just being fed a lot of lies. That's the beautiful thing about social media. It's basically debunked a lot of the things that certain organizations put out there, because you see people living these beautiful lifestyles, whether they're in Bali, whether they're in the Philippines, whether they're in Ghana, whether they're in Mexico. The list goes on and on, whether they're in the UAE. It's not abnormal for people to live abroad nowadays. Americans live abroad nowadays. It's not abnormal. I was telling my buddy, a lot of Americans retiring abroad nowadays. Okay. I'm not saying nothing bad about the United States. It's a very great country. I'm just saying there's a new dynamic that's not being talked about enough, in my personal opinion. But the crabs in the barrel mentality, getting back to that, will crap on you. And that's why my hat goes off, my heart goes out to anybody who decides to just take a leap and just do and be like Nike and just do it. Whether you took that class, whether you opened that business, whether you got in those relationships, whether you went to that state, whether you went to that country, something burning inside your soul, in your heart, said, I need to go out and do something different. Because if I stay exactly where I'm at, I'm going to be exactly how I am now for the rest of my life. A lot of times people need a new atmosphere to make them grow into the person that they need to be. A great example. I'm from the DMV area. Most people know what that stands for. It stands for Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia area. A lot of people flock to the DMV area because of the good job market that's in the DMV area, one. And then two, because a lot of people coming from other parts of the country or other parts of the world, they know that they can make something of themselves different, and they can grow into the person that they want to be, who they need to be, who they were meant to be. They know if they stayed in their home country, or if they stayed in their specific small town or state or other city, that the style that they live was not going to be what they truly, truly wanted in life. So what did they do? They did the crazy thing by stepping outside of the box, stepping outside of the comfort zone. I don't see anything wrong with that whatsoever. But a lot of people will basically crap on that, because they feel like, well, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to step outside of your comfort zone? Why would you want to move to this new country? Why would you want to go to this other state? Everything you know is here. And I always say, yeah, this is all you know, but no, this is all you want to know. There's a difference. I never accept that. I reject the this is all I know mentality. No, in the information age, this is all you want to know. If you know how to operate a cell phone and Google stuff, that means this is all you want to know. You know, we got Audible books nowadays. People don't have to read anymore, crying out loud. So the crabs in the barrel mentality holds a lot of people back. It holds relationships back. It holds business back. It holds a lot of education back. You know, because a great thing was stated that human beings were not meant to be alone. It's just it's not feasible. All right. Now we all as humans love our alone time. Nothing wrong with that. But human beings were not meant to be alone. You know, if you look at society during the era of quote unquote tribal, no matter what part of the world one lived in, you know, as long as human beings existed, one of the worst things on the planet for a human being was to be banished away from a village because that means they'd have to go out on their own. And that was a very, very scary thing. The term "it takes a village" mentality, it truly exists. And that's one thing a lot of times I respect in a lot of people who come from small town America. They still have that, you know, everybody on the block knows each other. Certain cities is still like that. So I respect that as well. And a lot of cultures around the world, it's like that. Hey, nothing's going to happen to these specific kids because everybody on the in the town or the village is looking out. And if there's a predator, we'll take care of them, and then we'll call the police, or we'll just take care of them in general. We need more of a takes a village mentality instead of a crabs in the barrel mentality. That's what I'm getting at, especially in the African American community. You know, I think working together more is just what it's about, and I'm always pleased to do that with other people. You know, it takes a village mentality. It's not welfare. It's just what you looking out for somebody, whether you're sharing a post on social media, whether you're giving your friend or acquaintance some love by just giving them a good review online. These are free things to do here, okay? Or you purchase something from their business, you refer somebody to their business, okay? Or if you know they have a skill set, say if they're like an electrician or a mechanic, but they maybe could use the extra work, hey, refer them. If they're a barber, they work at a barber shop, but they could use some extra work on the side. We definitely live in a time of mobile barbers and mobile beauticians and things of that nature because of the COVID-19 economy, and it's opened up that door of opportunity, as I like to call it. I'm seeing more barber carts. It's like if you notice that you have dog groomers and mobile vets. Okay, you're going to have more and more mobile medical doctors now and in the future. The world is becoming more mobile and whatnot. So you're going to have a lot of these private practices from a mobile perspective and going to people's houses. Okay. Two, you're going to have more, like I said, more mobile barbers. Going to have more mobile masseuse. Great example. Heck, especially given the fact that during the COVID-19 economy, I'm getting some additional life insurance, and I got to go take a medical test and whatnot. They was like, hey, we can come to your house. I was like, I don't want all that. I don't like strangers at my house. So I was like, I'll come to your medical facility. But that's where we're at now as a society. That's what I'm really getting at. Okay. But it takes a village to really get it done. Okay. And, hey, I'm alone as much as the next person. But if your mindset is always, hey, I'm going to just do it by myself, I think that's a bad idea. I don't try to do everything by myself because I know that there's certain perspectives that I need that I don't have when it comes to any venture, whether it's real estate, whether it's selling products online, whether it's the free bay, when it comes to buying gold and things of that nature, referring others to do the same thing. There's a lot of team efforts that goes on, and that's what we need more of. We're on social media, let's socialize. Let's not just share random posts and whatnot and goof around and things of that nature. Let's engage. And let's not have a crabs in the barrel mentality, which if you've ever seen a bunch of crabs in the barrel, they're fighting to kick each other down and basically like, hey, I'm trying to get out of this barrel. I don't care about you. Just get out of my way and whatnot. And then they keep fighting each other and fighting each other. And guess what? Maybe one might get out, but most of them, since they're always continuously fighting each other, they never get out of the barrel. They never get out of the bucket. You want to live your life like that? Because a lot of generations have lived their lives like that, and only a few crumbs have made something of themselves. But the majority have barely gotten by, or they've perished, unfortunately, because there was no support systems. A lot of people, because of the crabs in the barrel mentality and the lack of cohesiveness in a lot of families. A lot of people have faced gentrification because there's been a lot of people, especially from the I say the baby boomer generation. You had a lot of people who had homes, whether it was in New York City, whether it was in DC, whether it was Los Angeles, and now it's next thing is going to be Dallas and Texas and Atlanta. You watch, who had homes that were paid off. You know, Oakland, San Francisco, homes that were paid off and passed down, but because people did not want to band together and fight to keep the property, you know, because they couldn't pay quote unquote the taxes, but they didn't have a mortgage. I'm just like, well, why didn't the family members just try to get together and whatnot? Now, in some instances, I know it's just only one person. One person can do but so much. This goes back to that's why we need to have it takes a village mentality instead of a crabs in a barrel mentality. So a lot of property ends up getting seized by the city, perfectly legal. And then what do they end up doing? They sell it off for a profit and whatnot. Whoever buys a tax, like I mean, that's why a person like me that buys tax liens, hey, because of situations like this. That's why I would say you have to have a money moves mentality. If you don't have it every day like me, then you got to at least have it once a week, okay? Because if the mindset of money and things of that nature and how it really works outside of buying things and paying bills, if it's not on the brain, you're going to be screwed over. That's just what it is. Okay. It's just, I really can't put it any other way. And a lot more people are going to be kicked out of cities, major cities and whatnot in certain areas because they don't have a make money moves mindset, which means they think about insurance policies. They have significant good savings accounts. They have other streams of income. They ensure that they try to cut their taxes as much as possible by at least somebody having a family business on some sort of level, whether it's online or brick and mortar. You know, that's the mindset. They figure out how they can pass down real estate. They figure out how they can even obtain various different insurance policies, not just life insurance policy, but whole life insurance policies. You know, and obviously you contact your financial professionals when it comes to these things. You figure out how to buy stocks and bonds, cryptocurrencies. Figure out how you can pass this down as a beneficiary. If you buy a property and you got some equity, you do a cash out refinance, or you just refinance later on to ensure that you get your mortgage down a little bit lower. You do a cash out refinance, and hey, you can buy some more property, or like a lot of other people, you can buy into a franchise. You know, there's so many aspects of this. You know, a lot of people who are immigrants, they take it even to a bigger level because they'll do all those things I just said. They'll have multiple businesses. They'll have family members and friends work for the businesses. And then a lot of times they'll set up shop back in their home countries since they have collateral here, and then that end up getting loans, not just through banks in the United States, but loans in their freaking home country. All right. And then a lot of times they will set up another business there, or they will buy real estate there and become landlords. You know, it's just, you know, this money game is I've just talked about 1% of it. It gets so much deeper. But when you don't have it crabs in the barrel, I'm better than you, comparing cars and clothes and houses and crap. When you don't have that mindset, it's different. It's a different world out here. But you know, but when I talk like that, I'm the crazy one, or I'm usually boring people because I'm just speaking. I look at it like I'm speaking truth and whatnot. But that's just what it is at the end of the day. Okay, it's like that. That is the mindset. And then bear in mind, these people are like, whether whoever wins office and whatnot, they're still going to make their money moves. If they have to make specific adjustments, then so be it. But that's how you. I mean, that's like I was telling my brother from another mother yesterday, Adrian. You know, it's like as a man, I'm speaking from a man's perspective. When you are presented with options, that makes life a little bit better. One, but then when you presented with one option, then you have to figure out how you can counter those specific things. So if a law passes and it's not working out in your favor, but if you take XYZ measures, then it can work out in your favor. Then that shows you being an adult and saying, hey, I'm willing to take action. I'm willing to truly take action on this and see what the deal is. And then I see where I go from there and whatnot. But that's how it is at the end of the day. You know, my personal opinion. You have to be able to counter things instead of crying and whining about things. Because I'll tell you one thing, if after this election I hear a lot of crying and whining, I'm going to be laughing at people. I'm just going to call like I see it. Like I said, don't care who you're voting for. Don't care if you do vote. But I'm going to be laughing at people if I don't see people, especially the men, man up. Okay? Make your moves. Don't let the actions of something else prevent you from moving forward in life. Okay, because that is life. You win some, you lose some. It's kind of like what's his name, John Witherspoon, rest his soul, said in the movie Friday. You win some. When it comes to life, it's always going to be a fight. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. And as long as you got air in your lungs and you're able mentally and physically and definitely spiritually, make it happen and kill the crabs in the barrel mentality, because that's never going to get anywhere with that. And there's a lot of things, like I said, from economic perspective, coming irrelevant. Exactly, Chris. You know there's going to be a lot of crying either way. No matter what the situation is, there's going to be a lot of crying going on. And I'm going to be laughing because I don't care either way. It's like we need to move forward and be focused. Okay, because the crabs in the barrel mentality is just killing me, and I see too much of it. And when I see people that are doing the exact opposite of the crabs in the barrel mentality, when they have the it takes a village mentality, very prosperous. It's a crazy concept. Now, is it 100% accurate? I mean, 100% great? No, there's always going to be bumps in the road, but anything worthwhile is going to be hard. If it's easy, then it's not really worth doing it. You know, it's easy just getting on the internet and watching some funny stuff. That's easy. But me working a business or two and whatnot and trying to figure out my strategies, that's hard. And then implementing, that's hard. That's work. But a lot of people are just scared to put it into work. You know, that's my personal opinion. But yeah, Chris, if you want to call in, I know you are busy with the good old family and whatnot. Link is in the chat. But yeah, man, that's just how I look at it. It's just like, hey, crabs in the barrel mentality will not work out in anyone's favor if we keep it up. You know, you see somebody doing good, give them praise, whether you like them or not. Just give them praise and say, hey, good job, keep up the good work, and you keep it moving. I can't put it any other way. Can't put it any other way. But it is all good in the neighborhood. The weekend is here. It's been a good day, a long day, but I'm not complaining. You know, it's been a good day. And like I said, hopefully within the next week or two, I get some good news and definitely be able to start 2021 off on the right foot. Still debating if I'm going to go to Pennsylvania next weekend, but we'll see what happens. You know, looking at some possibilities. But goes Mr. Chris Edward. How you doing?
Yo, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. About yourself?
Doing good. Just finished up a little training course for myself.
All right, man. Thanks again for that information, man. Greatly appreciate it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely showing the signs of the times and whatnot for those prices to go down like that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what training were you taking, young man?
Just another week. I'm nearly done. Got some new things about to happen with my stuff, man. My website is finally finished up the redesign.
All right.
Got some new strategy going on. About to actually add another service to my business, which is actually creating like YouTube videos for commercials and stuff.
Okay, look at you shining. That's exactly what I'm talking about, man. How's the baby doing?
Healthy and strong and hungry.
Well, that's what I like. You know what the old saying is, closed mouths don't get fed, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So have you ever dealt with a lot of the crabs in the barrel mentality that you know a lot of times people suffer from?
You know, it's actually kind of funny. I don't think I actually had. Everybody that I knew, from where I'm at now to where I've been,
Mm-hmm.
they knew what it was with me.
Right.
They didn't held me back. Actually, they pushed me forward, so to speak. Um, Even if the situation was kind of like a bad situation came in there, they made sure I was out of that situation.
Right.
You know that saying like you're not of the street but not part of the streets.
Right.
Like, that was kind of us. We knew of it, but we never part of it. We knew they knew who we were, and they pushed us away from that stuff.
Right.
So, but they actually, some people actually seen the what's the word I want to say?
Potential.
They see great things within us.
Right.
They want us to fall to the same trap as they did.
Exactly.
So I never see it. I mean, in the corporate world, either federal or private sector,
Right.
you know what it was the minute you signed the paperwork to start working with them.
Right.
So I really haven't seen. For me, I haven't seen it. Now I know it exists, but I haven't seen it.
Got you. I mean, unfortunately, I've seen the good and the bad. I've seen it in the workplace, the multiple jobs I've had. I've seen it in school, unfortunately. But for me personally, no, it hasn't happened to me, but I've seen it, unfortunately. It's like, especially, well, great example. If they why don't you just open up a bank account with a black bank? They're like, oh no, can't do that. No.
Okay.
Damn
Yeah,
artists. You know what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, okay. With that scenario, yeah, I have seen that. But at the same time, it's like I said, it still is a mindset for certain people.
Exactly.
And like I discussed with you before, like the one thing we always have to ask is we start asking questions,
right?
Or even say why you get the answer that you want. So like some people, like you just said, like, oh, I can't do that. Well, why? And if they start stuttering or try to make a outrageous excuse or anything like that, then okay, maybe I should start doing that then.
Right. Exactly. So when you moved to Texas, did you get any negativity and whatnot? Because my whole thing about the West Coast, it's always been negative. When I think of something positive, they always counter it with a negative comment all the time. Family members, you know what I'm getting at.
Well, okay. One of my brothers actually said something. I don't consider it negative because I understood what he was trying to say.
Right.
It's more like a family thing. That's all it was. It was like all your family's here. You're really going to be going down there by yourself. Are you sure you'll be okay? It wasn't nothing negative. It's like his concern was. His love for me was strong.
Right.
His love for me was strong. Like he was concerned that something bad would happen down there. But I had no actual family member to actually, make sure I'm okay. That type of stuff. But everybody was actually happy for me to go.
See, that's good. That's good. Because a lot of people, when it comes to thinking outside of the box, a lot of times a lot of families will basically crap on it. I mean, let's just.
Yeah, everybody was happy. They seen me growing, and they wanted me to continue that growth because as much as I love Woodbridge,
right,
I outgrown it.
Exactly.
And they were like, "You got to keep growing." I mean, for me to go down there with at that time my fiance, to build to what I have now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to do that. Now, granted, I do miss my family. Now I'm still a phone call or video call away. I do miss them. But they understood what I was going down there for.
Got you. That makes sense. Because great example, I saw these were successful bankers and whatnot. And successful bankers from Atlanta and whatnot. They actually moved to Ghana and they actually own up to 100 acres of apartment complexes.
Okay.
And of course everybody thought they were crazy. And the main thing they told friends and family is like, you don't understand, there's an opportunity here that I can't get back in America. Not to say nothing bad about America, but we see that there's a big influx of African Americans coming here, and they diasporing from the Caribbean to Europe, etc. So we're capitalizing on the opportunity. We're just doing it in one country.
Well, crazy is another part of a genius, in my opinion.
I agree.
The reason why people say that people are crazy is that they don't understand the reasoning or the logic behind it until it's basically too late.
Agreed, 100%.
I mean, like I said, you have a business. You have multiple businesses. You have your real estate. You have your e-commerce store that's doing great numbers. I've seen the numbers. You're doing great numbers. Okay? Right. But at the beginning, people probably say, I know people probably say, "Hey, this is this ain't gonna work. You ain't got the right products. It costs too much, or it takes too long for shipping, or
Yes.
what's my return policy here? Or for the other one, for your property, what's the market rate in this city or in
Right.
this city? Why can't you buy one in your own hometown?
I got that so much. Oh my God. I had to explain it 1,000 times. I was like, I cannot, there's a very few parts of the United States where one can buy a house, a good house, for $30,000 to $35,000.
Yeah, so
I had to explain it to well, it must be in the hood. No, it's just in another state. Say
but
that a
that's what I'm
thousand
talking about.
times.
They don't know until it's all said and done.
Right.
Not many people are going to see the value that you're trying to show them. You're
Right.
painting that picture. You
Right.
haven't finished the picture, but you're painting it. But nobody's seeing it like you're seeing it. You're visualizing everything.
Right. Exactly.
So right now you got multiple properties now. You have a store. You have an online store that's doing great numbers. Which remind me, I finally got the watch.
Okay. All right. There you go.
I got the watch.
Big pimping.
You know I'm a watch guy, so you know I gotta get my watches.
I
But
know that's right.
but with that being said, not many people see not many people see what you're seeing right now. Now they're like, oh, you got houses. You got quite a few houses in different cities and states. How can I be a part of that?
Right.
And honestly, to me, you're at a stage right now that you can help them if you want to, but you're at a stage right now it can slow you down for getting what you need to be at right now. See, to me, you're at a stage where you should buy duplexes and apartments.
Definitely getting there. Trust me.
You at that stage right there. So it will. So you're gonna be. So it's somebody else that's now seeing your vision and
Right.
they want to get a part of it.
Right.
Now you have to sit back and think, okay, do I have enough time and effort to help them work on one property where they could have been me from the beginning?
Right.
Or do I use that same time and effort and get my duplex and apartments?
Exactly.
So that's like I said, it's very even for me, like I knew what you're getting into, but my situation at the time, I was not able to contribute
Right.
to help you out in there. So when I'm like, okay, maybe I'm looking like trying to buy a property or something like that, or work with you or anything like that, I got to come correct. I got to bring like some G's to you, like, hey, here's what I got. Let's talk business.
Exactly.
I can't do it with like a few $100s. You're looking like, nah, it's not enough.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people got to see the vision before it manifests into something grander. And if they don't see it, sometimes they're left behind.
Unfortunately, but you are correct. You are correct. And like you said, though, it's the old saying, I can show you better than I can tell you, right?
Right. And the beauty of my business is that unlike your business, you already buying a property. Me, my business is to help those businesses get to where they need to be at.
Exactly. 100%.
So it's a grand thing. Like I can paint them their picture to where they need to be at.
Right.
Now they have to invest in themselves to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a team ready to go. All they got to do is push the button.
Exactly. Speaking of which, have you talked to our friends about their business that you've been talking about for a minute now?
They have not responded back to me. I'm actually going to send them another email, maybe call them, just leave a message like, hey, how are things going? Everything's going okay. We talked about this and that. Are you ready to move forward?
Hopefully that's the case. I mean, do you think that they're going to want to execute or what? I mean, you've been talking about this for a minute now, and I know things do take time. Nothing happens overnight, but
I mean, I should actually, it could be overnight. That's how strong my team is. It could get done overnight. The situation is just like we just discussed. I'm painting them their picture,
right?
But they're not seeing it because I know exactly what needs to be done.
Right.
And for the sales that they want to get.
Got you.
I know I can get that to them in record time, but also bring down the right traffic to them so it keeps going on and on.
Got you.
But whatever situation that they're in, they're not ready to fully commit. And I get it. There's nothing wrong with that if you're not ready to fully commit, because you want to make sure once you make that investment, there's no going back. You got to go forward. So
exactly.
when they're ready, I'm available for them.
I know that's right. I know.
But with that also being said, just like we discussed with your business, my prices may go up.
I can believe it.
Because the same effort, let's just say I got a deal for, let's say somebody's gonna pay me a fee of $10,000.
Right.
To do the same thing I was initially charging this one person that's up and running. My effort would be more towards the person that's willing to commit 10,000 because they have more to lose than the initial person that put in their small investment. So my time effort shifted towards that person right there. So I'm literally telling people, hey, while I'm doing what I'm doing now, I'm getting through the doors at this rate.
Right.
Some of it could be one-time fee, like a website, one-time fee, but the margin could be a monthly fee that I'm actually giving you guys literally dirt cheap.
I know that's right.
And I told them, if you want to, go check on some other consulting sites and see how much they charge, and then come back to me. Because I guarantee you, right now, you're not going to find nobody else that's able to do the work. That actually, I have the results to show you that it works.
Right.
I actually have the platform that you actually can see the report yourself on a weekly basis that some other people may not even have. And at the rate I'm giving you, this is good to go.
Exactly.
So, like I said, it just depends. Now, like I said, my rates could go up. And once it does go up, we have to renegotiate. Because my effort is still going to be the same way, but I'm ready to invest more.
Exactly. And I don't see a problem with that. It's just like, hey, it's one of those you snooze, you lose, because the crazy thing is the services that you're providing and whatnot, I see people, their prices are going up on a regular basis. Heck, even for people's monthly subscriptions to even online universities is going up nowadays because, it's where we are now.
Yeah, actually, my mentor that I've been talking to every now and then, he even told me, like, Chris, he even told me, Chris, I know you're starting out. I know you got some clientele that's getting you this and this. He was telling me, you're a fool if you charge less than $5,000 a month.
He just told you straight up, huh?
Yeah, me. I've known it for 10 plus years. I'm looking at 1,000. But my clients that I'm bringing in, 50,000 a month, I'm bringing down easily $250,000 per month for them.
Right.
So I'm like, that's deep.
But I could agree with more.
The same thing that he's doing,
right?
That he showed me. I just got to get my clientele up to get to that level. But the same thing that I'm doing is the same thing that he was doing.
Speaking of which, have you got your virtual assistant yet?
I have not yet. I'm actually doing the work right now. I got a few people that's not. I made some nice instructions that if they want to contact me, they have to do first, and they want to follow through.
Got you.
I mean, it's as simple as things. It's like respond back to me in red.
Can't actually do that.
So I'm like, you can't even do that simple thing. I can't work with you.
Well, I respect that. It's kind of like a job interview in a sense.
It's just trying to weed out, people that really wants and who doesn't.
Agreed.
I mean, it's a simple, like, okay, the question was, when you read my ad,
right,
respond back to me in red saying, yes, I read your ad. That's it. And then from that, I will go in deeper as to what they can do. But that was the simplest thing.
Right.
And a lot of people they did it in black.
Unbelievable.
If you can't respond back to me in that sense, then I just can't work with you.
Yeah, I mean that's a very, very simple task.
Yeah.
You know, very simple thing. So it's like, and obviously you need them to go beyond the call of duty when it comes to, you know, actually being an assistant. So if they can't even get that done, then you're right. They're not worthwhile for you to work with.
To me, it's a waste of investment. It really is. And I'm not trying. And what is it? Time is money for me.
I could not agree with you more on that one.
So I'm not trying to waste my money on somebody that just can't respond back to me saying, yes, I read this and read.
Exactly. Because the main thing I always say, look, I don't like wasting money, but it happens sometimes. But don't waste my time because I can never get that back.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is one thing I can. That is one thing I can say with sincerity. So, wow, that's all I can say. As always, sir, greatly appreciated. I don't know if you saw the post I put out there earlier. If not, I will inbox you about the hopefully good news. But yeah, definitely
Inbox me so I can just take a look because there's so many. I'm in doing so many things, man. I probably missed out on a lot of things today.
Yeah, trust me, I know it's been a hectic day, and I know it's been a hectic day for you. So, but yeah, definitely don't forget to put your website into the chat room so we can post that
Absolutely.
business a little bit before we get offline. If you haven't done so, family, please check out the online store. And remember, Care Bar is it's no Care Bars. It's Freebay now. They've morphed into another organization now, but we're still buying gold and saving it and referring others to do the same thing.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
There we go. Go ahead, plug your business, young man. What does your business do? It's reaching out consultants.
Yes, it is. Reaching out consultants. I'm just a consultant reaching out. My job, well, technically I am the owner, but my job is as customer acquisition specialist. Basically, my main job is to make sure that any business, small, medium, or large, is to bring you organic traffic to your website, to your landing page, getting you phone calls, getting you email, bringing you more money to your bottom dollar. That's my goal. That's my job. That's my specialty. That's what I want to do for any business that's out there. Uh, if you want to reach out to me, let me put my email in just in case.
I definitely I think the second week in October, Chris, I want to get this financial panel on. You, Money Mike, Fred, and a young gentleman I talked to last week from Atlanta.
Oh, that'd be cool. I would,
Yeah.
I would love to hear what he got to say. And that you, who knows, we could just cross ideas and everything. So I would love to be a part of that.
Yes, yes. As I figured I'd ask you while we're online now. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting a financial panel on a Saturday, might even be a Saturday evening, depending on everybody's schedules. Because you know everybody lives at various parts of the country. But yeah, we're definitely going to connect New York City, North Carolina, Atlanta, Texas, and Virginia all in one, and possibly California at the same time. So definitely be on the lookout for that, family. But definitely reach out to this man for any of the services that he provides. Definitely does a great job, and we will go from there, man. So as always, man, greatly appreciated, sir. Please say I said hello, and I'm glad to see everybody's doing great. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
No problem, brother. Take care.
Yes, sir.
All right, family. On that note, hopefully you have a great night, and don't forget to check out my brother from another mother's business. And as always, make money moves. Do the great three free things: like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for the online donations. It's always appreciated, and I will see you guys later. Take care.